Good morning, students. So, yesterday we were discussing about the voltage divider circuit. Okay, so we have solved one problem. Okay, so we'll start from that point only. Okay, what we have seen yesterday, that we have taken one problem where that approximate analysis was possible to do. Okay, so there was a particular condition to check whether approximate analysis will work or not. Okay, so we have checked that check that condition in that problem. So it was satisfying that condition. So the result which we got there, so that will be same as per its exact analysis method. Okay, so we'll solve another problem and we'll see if the condition is not satisfying, whether the results are same in both in exact analysis and approximate analysis or not. Okay, so that we'll see today. Voltage divider biasing. $82K. Next, this one is $22K. Your R1, R2, this is RE, RC. These values are given as 5.6K. RE is given as 1.2K. Okay, and beta is given. Okay, okay here 50. Okay, and something it is done like this. VI V0. Okay, so it is asked that in the question, this thing is given and find out your IC, find IC and VCE. Okay, and use approximate analysis if possible. Okay, ऐसे ब्रैकेट में लिखा है use approximate analysis if possible. Okay, so first of all, what you have to do, you have to check whether the approximate analysis is satisfying or not. If it is satisfying, then you will apply this approximate analysis method. Okay, if it is not satisfying, then you can find out this parameter using your exact analysis method. Okay, all of you are getting what is the question? Hello.
No, sir.
Yes, sir. Once again.
This is just a question given. Okay, in question these parameters values are given and it is asking to find out IC and VC and it is written that use approximate analysis if possible. Okay, अगर possible है तो approximate analysis use करो. Okay, तो ये वाला जो पार्ट दिया गया है use approximate analysis if possible, वो कैसे तुमको पता चलेगा? approximate analysis हो सकता है कि नहीं, वो कैसे पता चलेगा?
कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करेगा तो
Okay, so there is a condition. Okay, what is that condition?
बीटा आर ई ग्रेटर देन और इक्वल टू 10 R2.
Okay, so one condition we have, beta RE should be greater than equal to 10 R2. If this condition satisfy, if satisfy, then you can apply approximate analysis. ओके ये कंडीशन अगर सेटिस्फाई करेगा तो अप्रोक्सीमेट एनालिसिस डाल सकते हो ठीक है okay so the values are given beta is given r is given r2 is given just you can apply and you can check the condition and you can proceed okay so before that one more thing you can mark here some capacitor is written and let us this is c1 this is c2 so these capacitor are there and input voltage vi and v0 are connected in this question okay so if this type of question is given don't worry it is the same voltage divider biasing which you are doing yesterday or previously the fixed bias circuit whatever you are doing it is same okay only it is given to confuse you okay so during DC biasing whatever we are observing till now so these are regarding biasing problem okay so that means if you are applying a particular DC voltage where will be its Q point or point of operation that we are studying okay so in this thing if this VI and V0 are connected through a capacitor then don't worry just you can ignore those parts okay why you can ignore because you know that for a capacitor what is the reactance of a capacitor what is the reactance of a capacitor xc का वैल्यू कितना है for a capacitor xc is how much for a capacitor xc is how much
1 by omega c
1 by root over
1 by
omega c.
omega c or 1 by 2 pi fc okay so if we are talking about the DC okay for a DC biasing the frequency is how much 0 okay so if you put f equal to 0 for a DC 1 by 2 pi 0 into c for DC biasing हम अभी DC biasing पढ़ रहे हैं ओके तो DC biasing के टाइम पे फ्रीक्वेंसी कितना है 0 ओके फ्रीक्वेंसी 0 है मतलब इज इक्वल टू इनफाइनाइट मतलब ये जो कैपेसिटर है उसका जो रिएक्टेंस और इसका इम्पीडेंस जो है सो दैट इज इनफाइनाइट सो इनफाइनाइट मींस इट इज बेसिकली ओपन okay and similarly the reactance of this capacitor is also infinite during DC biasing okay so what will happen this input this Vi and V0 will not come into this into this thing okay so if just remember till for the point that if Vi I mean in this circuit this type of capacitor is connected and Vi V0 is something is written so don't be confused just you have to do the same thing whatever you are doing only you have to ignore this part okay because during DC biasing there is no role of this capacitor and the input voltage and the output voltage okay so now we'll see for the same question which we have discussing previously that whether the condition is satisfying or not and whether we can apply this approximate analysis or not now tell me whether the condition is satisfying I'll check it beta RE first find out beta RE कितना है 50 into beta 50 दिया गया था ओके 50 into 1.2 k इसका वैल्यू कितना है 60 ओके एंड 10R2 कितना है 10 into 22k or it is equal to 220k so is it satisfying
No, sir.
greater than equal to 10R2 हो रहा है yes or no you can write like this condition is not satisfying or you can say 60k is greater than equal to 220k not satisfying okay it is the condition is not satisfying so that means we cannot or we should not okay that means you can apply this approximate analysis but the results will be wrong that is my point okay we should not apply approximate analysis. Why? The condition is not satisfying. Okay, beta RE is not greater than equal to 10 R2. Okay, so this condition is not satisfying, so we should not apply approximate analysis. That means we should apply what? The exact analysis, right? Yes or no?
Yes,
Please
sir.
respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I will solve this problem with exact analysis. Okay, I will get a result. Okay, after getting the result, just for a verification purpose, okay, again I will recalculate this thing using the approximate analysis. We'll at last we'll observe that the results are varying with a larger extent. Okay, so now we'll proceed this one with your exact analysis. Okay, so tell me in exact analysis, if you want to solve, then how will do it? So solving in exact analysis. Okay, so please solve it. You solve it now so that you will get a practice. Please solve it and tell me. You don't have to calculate the calculation person. You can just do later. You can just tell me how you are proceeding. So first, what I'll find out.
Sir, ETH.
ETH.
80th and RTth value.
ETH कितना क्या होगा?
R2 divided by R1 plus R2 into VCC.
Into VCC, or that is equal to 22K by 22K plus 82K into 18, and its value will be equal to it is 3.81 volt. 3.81 volt. Next is RTH.
RTh.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
RTH is how much?
R1 parallel to R2.
Yes, R1 parallel to R2, or that is equal to R1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. Just put all this value. R1 is given 82K and R2 is given 22K. So you just put all this value and calculate it, and you will get that this is equal to 17.35 kilo ohm. Okay. Okay. So once you got ETH and RTH, after that how will find what you will do?
IB.
IB. IB equal to, what is the formula?
ETh minus VBE divided by RTh plus beta plus 1
Okay,
into RE.
please wait. Anyone else, please? I want some response from any other anyone, any other person. Please tell me IB is equal to how much? If someone has done something, or if you have written in the previous copy, just you can look at that and tell me.
Beta plus 1 into I, sir.
IB equal to beta plus 1 I. फिर तुम्हारा I कितना है? तुमको पता है क्या? I
नो सर, ETH माइनस VBE.
सर
हमारा
ETS
तुम्हारे पास अभी तक जो है उसी हिसाब से चलोगे ना. तुम्हारे पास अभी ETH आ गया है, RTH आ गया है. ओके, तो उसके हिसाब से IB का फॉर्मूला लिखोगे. ओके, तो ETH minus VBE by how much? RTH plus
Beta plus 1 into RE.
ओके, तो ETH का वैल्यू है 3.18 माइनस VBE is 0.7 by RTH is 17.35 kilo plus beta plus 1, that is 51 into RE 1.2K. ओके, तो इसको कैलकुलेट कर दोगे, तुम्हारा ये आएगा IB 39.6 microampere. Okay. Next, once you get IB, next what you can find out? IC. IB आ गया, IB के बाद क्या होगा? IC.
I
Okay.
see, yes, sir.
IC equal to
Beta into IB.
so 50 into 39.6 microampere. So it is 1.98 milliampere. Okay. Next, once you get IC, next thing is your VCE. Okay. So VCE equal to
VCC minus IC into RC plus RE.
see all these things. You can also, if you have not remembered the formula, you can apply the loop and you can calculate. But it will take time. So applying the loop, we have calculated or formulated these formulas. Okay. So that's why directly I am putting these formulas. Okay, so if you sometimes you forget this thing, let's say you don't know VCE, then you can put this total complete loop, and from that loop you can calculate this VCE, no problem. Okay, but that calculation should be, I mean this formulation should be okay. Don't do any mistake over there. VCC, so put all this value, that is 18 minus IC. IC आ गया 1.98 milliampere into RC plus RE, that is 5.6 K plus RE is 1.2 K. Okay, so it is equal to 4.54 volt. 4.54 volt. Okay, so this is the result. You got your VCE is 4.54 volt and IC equal to 1.98 milliampere. Okay, so my results are just for your reference. I'm writing VCE is 4.54 volt and IC is 1.98 milliampere. Okay, IC we got 1.98 milliampere and VCE we got 4.54 4.54 volt in exact analysis. Okay, so already I have told you that the condition is not satisfying. So if you calculate this same problem in approximate analysis, then my results will vary or change from this thing actual value with a larger extent. Let us check that thing. Okay, so let us calculate this problem in approximate analysis. Okay, and we'll see what is the results we are getting. Please solve it. I'm giving you just 2-3 minutes. You just find out and tell me. I'm erasing it. Let us solve it in approximate analysis method. Okay, तो अभी approximate analysis में क्या करेंगे? First thing what we'll find out?
Sir, VB.
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 Okay, so VB equal to how much? VB मतलब the point voltage at this point. Let us say this point voltage is B. This point voltage is VB. Okay, so VB equal to how much?
R2 by R1 plus R2 into VCC.
Yes. So basically in approximate analysis we are assuming the current flowing in this base towards base is 0. So if it is 0, then this is one branch. Okay, so applying voltage divider rule, your VB equal to R2 by R1 plus R2 into VCC. Or that is equal to, put this value and calculate. 22K by 82K plus 22k into 18, and that is equal to yes 3.807 volt. Okay, once you get VB, next step is what?
VE.
VE.
VE. Okay, so basically
Yes.
this voltage is VBE or 0.7. So by subtracting, you can get this voltage here. So this voltage is VE. VE equal to VB minus VBE, or it is equal to 3.807 minus 0.7, or it is equal to 3.107. Okay. Once you get this VE, next step is you can find out IE equal to what?
VE by RE.
Calculate it. It will be around 2.59 volt. It's a 2.59 current. No? 2.59 milliampere. Okay. So if I equal to this much, IC will be we take it IC is approximately equal to IE. Okay, because IB तो ऐसे ही छोटा रहता है और approximate analysis में हम IB को 0 भी consider करते हैं. Okay, तो इस तरह इसलिए IE equal to IC. .59 milliampere. Okay, so once you get IC, your VCE will be how much?
VCC minus IC whole bracket RE plus RC.
Minus IC whole into RC plus RE. Just put all this value. VCC है तुम्हारे पास 18 minus IC है 2.59 milli into RC plus RE 5.6K plus 1.2K, or that is equal to 3.88 volt. Okay. So in approximate analysis, we are getting this result. Just I am tabulating it. Your IC, we are getting 2.59 and VC is 3.88 volt. You can just look at this table. Okay, in exact analysis, our actual result is 1.98 milliampere and your VCE is 4.54 volt. Okay, here let us we solve this problem in approximate analysis. Okay, though the condition was not satisfying, still we check or solve it in approximate analysis. And what we are finding out, the VCE is 3.88. So actually it is 4.54, but here it is 3.88. That means it is varying with a larger extent. Yes or no? 4.5 से ये 3.8 मतलब around 20% ये वेरिएशन हो रहा है. ओके, सिमिलरली ये 1.98 आना चाहिए लेकिन एक्चुअली इसमें 2.59 आ रहा है. तो ये भी बहुत वेरिएशन हो रहा है. ओके, क्योंकि इधर ये जो कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई नहीं कर रहा था, लेकिन अगर हम करेंगे वही एप्रोक्सीमेट एनालिसिस में, देन ये रिजल्ट गलत आएगा. तो इसीलिए अगर if it is satisfying that approximate analysis condition, then you can do in approximate analysis method and your results will be mostly similar. Okay. right? So next, is it okay for all of you? If you
Yes,
have any
sir.
doubt, you can ask. Let us solve another question. Use approximate analysis if possible. Okay. Solve this one. So definitely in the exam you will get one voltage divider problem or a fixed bias problem. Okay, so that's why I am solving few more problems. Okay, so it will more you will get a practice. First check it that whether approximate analysis can be applied or not, and tell me. Is it satisfying? This is 8.2K, this is 1K.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Satisfied.
Okay, so checking the condition, beta RE is greater than 10R2, put this value 120 into 1K is greater than 10 time of, so 120K is greater than equal to 82K. So satisfying the condition, we can apply approximate analysis method. Okay, so then what we'll do, we'll find out what we'll find out.
VB.
So BB equal to R2 by R1 plus R2, that is 8.2K by 39K plus 8.2K into 18. So this is coming as 3.12 volt. Next is BE कितना आएगा? BB minus, so 3.12 minus 0.7, so that is equal to 2.42 volt. Okay, then your IE is how much? Tell me the value.
VE divided by RE.
VE divided by RE, so it is equal to 2.42 by 1K. Okay, it is 2.42 milliampere. Then IC is approximately equal to IE, or it is equal to 2.42 milliampere. Okay, and then your what else? VCE, VCC minus IC whole into RC plus RE. So just put the value. VCC is 18 minus your IC is 2.42 milli into RC plus RE, that is 3.3 K, 1 K plus 1 K. Okay, you just calculate it, it will be 7.59 volt. 7.59 volt. Okay, all of you got it or not? Now the same problem you can do in exact analysis method also. So this one is in your approximate. This is in approximate method. Okay. Solve this one in exact analysis method. Solve it. I'm erasing this one. Exact analysis. Okay. First, what we'll find out? Your RTH.
ATL.
RTH and ETH equal to R1 parallel to R2. That is 8.2 K parallel to 39 K. Okay. So you put all this value and calculate. You will get 6.78 K. ETH equal to how much? R2 by R1 plus R2 into VCC. So all these values are known. Just put all those values and you will get it as 3.12 volt. Okay. So once you get this thing, your IB equal to ATS minus VBE by RTS plus beta plus 1 RE. Just put all this value, that is ATH is 3.12 minus 0.7 divided by RTS is 6.78 plus beta plus 1, that is 121 into RE is 1K. So calculate it, it will be 18.9 microampere. Okay. Next, once you get IB, your IC equal to beta IB, so that is equal to 120 into microampere. Okay, so that is equal to 2.26 milliampere. Okay. Next is your VCE. See, we have few formulas in your voltage divider problem. Okay, so just 2-3 formulas are there. If you just remember, then easily you can do everything. Okay, VCE is your VCC minus IC whole into RC plus RE. So put it, your VCC is 18 minus 2.26 milliampere into RC plus RE, that is 3.3 K plus 1 K. Calculate it, it will be 6.734. So this is the exact analysis method analysis and your approximate analysis method. Okay, I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask me regarding this approximate and exact analysis method. Okay. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So from the starting, when we are studying about the common emitter connection, common emitter configuration. Next, we have seen the common base configuration of BJT. So one thing we have not studied, that is common collector configuration. Okay. So just a few things is there about the common collector configuration. Just its configuration is needed, nothing else, nothing more is required over there. Okay. So that thing I'm just telling you. Your common collector configuration. Common collector configuration. Okay. So that means the configuration will be such that its collector terminal will be common or common to both the input side and the output side. Okay. So first we will do for the NPN and another will do for the PNP. Let's say. Okay. N, you can write the N, P, N. Okay, so this is my collector, base, and this is my emitter. Okay, and look at here. We have not connected any voltage sources, but we will connect the voltage sources. But how that voltage source will be connected, so that we will discuss now. Okay. You can mark one thing. This one is my input side, and this side is my output side. This collector terminal is common to both the input side as well as the collector terminal is also connected to the output side. Okay. Now, some of the things we know about the BJT. Okay, what we know that for the to work in the active region, the emitter base junction should be what? Forward bias or reverse bias?
Forward bias.
Forward bias. Okay, and the base collector junction should be
Reverse bias.
reverse bias. Okay, so basically first let us see this base collector junction, we have to reverse bias. Okay, so if you will reverse do it reverse bias, that means this p type material will be connected to negative side of the battery or positive side of the battery.
Negative.
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 And this one will be connected to positive side of battery. Okay, so let us take a voltage or battery like this. Okay, let us its magnitude is given by V1. Okay. So here you can see this base collector junction is reverse bias because the negative side of the battery is connected to P side of this material and the positive side is connected to the N side of the material. So this PN junction is reverse bias. Okay. Now let us connect another voltage source V2 here. Okay, its value is V2. Okay. But one more thing we have to ensure, what is that? That base collector, emitter base junction should be forward bias. Okay. How can it be forward bias? So it is a NP or PN junction. Okay. So this PN junction I want to make forward bias. Okay. So what can I do so that it will be forward bias? This N should be connected to negative side, and this should be or this will be connected to a lower potential, and this will be connected to a higher potential. Yes or no? If you want to put this PN junction in forward bias manner, then the N side material will be connected to a lower potential and the P side material should be connected to a higher potential. Okay, तभी तो जाके ये forward bias होगा. Okay, so now you can see what is the potential at this point. This potential equal to minus V2. Okay, if this battery voltage is V2, okay, and this negative side is connected to here, that means this emitter is at a potential of minus V2. Okay, and this base is at a potential of minus V1. Okay, So if this V2 is greater than V1, then only I can say this emitter or this n-side material is at a lower potential and this base is at a higher potential. Suppose assume, let us say this V2 is now 5 and V1 is, let us say, 2. Okay, so in V1, V2 it may be confusing, you may not getting. Suppose this battery potential is 5 volt and this battery potential is 2 volt. So if this is a 5 volt battery and the negative side is connected to here, that means here what is the potential?
-5.
माइनस ये 5 वोल्ट बैटरी का नेगेटिव टर्मिनल इधर लगा है, तो दैट मीन्स इसका वोल्टेज कितना है? -5. ओके, ये है 2 वोल्ट बैटरी का नेगेटिव साइड इधर लगा है, दैट मीन्स इसका वैल्यू कितना है? -2. ओके, so now this is a PN junction and in this PN junction this side is connected to -5 and this is connected to -2. That means is it connected to a lower potential compared to this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if this is connected to -5 and this is connected to -2, then this one is at a lower potential compared to this. That means this PN junction is at a, it is forward bias. Okay, so that's why this is the condition for the common collector configuration of the NPN transistor. If it is NPN transistor and it is in common collector configuration, then V2 must be greater than V1. Okay, then only your base collector junction is reverse bias first that we got, and this emitter base will be also forward bias. Okay, second one, let us say for a PNP will do. My collector base okay, so first I have to keep this PN junction in forward reverse bias manner. Okay, so for that how should I connect this voltage here or battery here? बेस कलेक्टर को हमको रिवर्स बायस में रखना है. ओके, so how will this battery will be connected?
Positive n will be
ऊपर पॉजिटिव
connected
होगा
to positive,
नीचे नेगेटिव होगा.
negative.
Then this n side is connected to a higher potential and this p side is connected to a lower potential. Okay, suppose this battery magnitude is V1. Okay, so first condition that base collector should be reverse bias, so that is satisfied. Okay, next let us say we have another voltage here V2. Okay, and I want what, that this emitter base junction should be forward bias. Okay, so for that is there any relationship between V2 and V1? That means basically this should be in forward bias. Okay, or this P should be at higher potential and this N should be at a lower potential. Okay, so for that what I should ensure? V1 or
V2
V2?
greater than V1.
Yes, V2 should be greater than V1.
Yes.
V2 should be greater than V1. Suppose it is 5 and it is 2. ये 5 है, 2 है. Okay, so 5, this is 5 means this is at plus 5 volt. Okay, and this is at plus 2 volt. Okay, so 5 is greater than 2. That means this PN junction is forward bias. Okay, so for that my V2 should be greater than V1 to ensure that this emitter base junction to be in forward bias manner. Okay, next one more thing, the current direction I have not taken written. So this is your IE, IB, IC. Okay, and here IC. Okay, Okay, obviously this thing will happen because this is the positive terminal of the battery. It will try to pull the electron. That means electron are pulled in this manner. Okay, so electron is basically flowing in this way. Okay, so and if the electron are coming from this negative terminal and it is coming in this way, okay, and it is coming to here. So if this is the flow of electron, the current direction we take conventionally it is opposite to the flow of electron. So that's why the opposite of this one is your current direction. Okay, similarly here this positive terminal will attract electron. Okay, so electron will come from this negative terminal. Okay, I mean basically electron are moving in this direction. Electrons are going. इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ से नेगेटिव टर्मिनल से आके ऐसे जा रहे हैं. ओके, so if it is like this, then the opposite of this one will be the current flow direction. So this is the current flow direction of emitter current, IE. Okay, right. So this is about the common collector configuration. Okay. Now I think we'll stop here. So the next class, okay, today at the 2:25, okay, I'll take the class. Okay, at that time we'll start FET. Okay. If you have done any doubt, you can ask me, or we'll stop here.
No,
Sir, today
no, sir.
225.
Thank you.
Yes, 2:25. I mean, 2:25 you have mathematics class, no?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay, that class I'll take.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys. We'll stop here.